This is a story of better breeding. It is the azalea that I know that you don't have because it's going to flower in the spring like all azaleas do, but then it's going to keep coming back. You are going to get 3 seasons of flowers. You know, azaleas are so pretty and then they go away and that's it?
Yeah,
and then you just have a green bush.
They bloom for like, you know, like less than a month.
Not this one.
Really?
It is a ReBlooming azalea plant, completely new to the world of gardening, but trialed extensively in Roberta's Rakers up in Minnesota, or Michigan, excuse me. You're getting this home for 3 easy payments of $6, and you have your choice of 3 colors, the red, the pink, or the purple. It's amazing. We're gonna show it right here. So 5 easy payments of $6.
And 132141 is your item number. I'm in love with this purple.
It's so pretty.
It's so vibrant. The pink is so soft and delicate. It almost feels like an heirloom. Oh, wait. Who's that?
We have a guest.
Hey!
Look who's here, coming into
Devin.
the garden.
How are you, Devin?
No, it's all good. No, start talking.
It's great to have you in the show. Thanks for being here.
Okay, this is the azalea we never even knew existed. Tell us how this is possible.
This is the azalea. If there was a perfect world, an azalea that would bloom in the spring, the summer, the autumn, well, that's what this is, the Perfecto Mundo azalea.
In the fall, your neighbors are going to be like, is that an azalea blooming?
Yeah, because it doesn't exist usually. Yeah. I've never seen it anywhere.
They're easily the longest blooming azaleas on the market. Typically, azaleas only give you like 7 to 10 days of flower.
Yeah.
But the flowers are so rich and colorful. It's like when the azaleas are in bloom, it's that first warm breeze in the springtime and everyone is in such good mood. Well, now you can bring that mood all the way through summer and autumn with these Perfecto Mundos.
Listen, if you want the red, they're the most popular right now. You definitely don't want to wait. The purple, if you ask me, is just so vibrant, right, and majestic. And then down over here, the pink, it's so soft and subtle. It feels so heirloom.
About this.
Yeah.
I can't even believe. Okay, so first year. Oh my gosh, these
look
are all real flowers.
These are all real
you guys,
flowers.
These are all
Let's get in real close and look at them.
And am I going to have flowers this first year?
You absolutely will. You'll get them this very first year. And what's so great is that when these plants are in bloom, the plants are absolutely smothered in these flowers. So you see all the flowers, but then you travel just right here where my finger is, and you can see all of the buds.
Oh my
so
word,
it's like they're just continually blooming nonstop.
Look at that.
It's so beautiful. And Sandra, what I love even more is that it's a really compact growing azalea. It doesn't get 6, 8 feet tall like many do. It stays nice and bushy, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. So it's really easy to incorporate into any garden setting.
Okay, so we're going to see this. It's going to bloom when the regular azaleas are blooming. We're going to think it's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And then can you tell me this reblooming story? Like,
absolutely.
It's going to be quiet for, so then it's going to, all the flowers are going to disappear for just a short period of time, right?
So typically what happens, first of all, they're evergreen all year round. So
you always have a pretty bush.
You're always going to have that beautiful dark green foliage. And then they're going to have their very first flush in the springtime alongside all of the other azaleas. But the normal azaleas, they give you 7, 10 days of flowers. These will continue to bloom about a month, 6 weeks. They'll take a little siesta, then they'll come back. They'll take a little siesta, they'll come back, and they just keep doing that from spring to summer to autumn every single year.
So it's like they bloom, and then instead of pulsing out and staying out till the next spring, they pulse back in the summer, they pulse back in the fall.
It's when you least expect it, you'll see all these little buds, and it's like, oh my gosh, the azaleas are flowering again.
Oh my word, this is so, so cool.
And here's the best part, right? You can design your own azalea garden, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you just want one, or maybe you want to create like a beautiful border with these.
Well, at this price you could.
And that's honestly how most people use azaleas, is they plant them along the foundation of their home. Not just one, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a chair, like me at my home, I have cherry laurels by my front door. They're evergreen, they're beautiful, but they don't bring any color. So I've planted these azaleas just in front of them to really brighten up those areas. And Alberti, what's great is that these will bloom in your shade or your sunny gardens.
And color in the shade is really hard to
achieve.
Get. So,
yeah,
you know, if you think about like maybe you have some hostas that you love, but like, you know, they're not known for their flowers. How about an azalea that blooms spring, summer and comes back in fall. These are all real flowers. This is what your
Aren't they
azalea is going to
gorgeous?
look like.
Isn't
This
that the
is
best little
also-
Valentine's bouquet right there?
I love
Right?
it.
Mhm.
I really love it.
When you were trialing this, and I've had the pleasure really of being to Roberta's Trial Gardens 2 summers in a row. It's 250 acres of like the most beautiful plants you can imagine. They only bring the best to us. In trials, you also found that this is a very disease-resistant azalea.
Yeah, in particular, the lace bugs, which tend to hurt other azaleas out there, these ones are very resistant. And that's one of the reasons, we paired up with the brand Proven Winners to bring these to you guys. They only bring the best. So when they offered us these plants, we're like, we got to get them.
Yeah, so show us, so this is how it comes to us,
Yep.
right? How far apart are we going to plant them and where are we planting them?
Absolutely. So they are a half-gallon beautiful plant. We've been
Shipping for free, by the way.
Shipped for free. They're already a year old, so you're going to get flowers that very first season. Now, I like
Oh, yeah,
them.
look, this one already I'm sorry to interrupt you, but these already have buds on them.
They've been flowering. They have more buds on the horizon, and that's what you can expect right out of the box. Now, I like to see when their shoulders kind of touch. You see how when they are just kind of next to each other, they look so beautiful. So I like to space them around 24 inches apart.
Okay.
Oh, because they'll grow to about 3 feet, plant them about
Exactly.
2 feet apart, and they become like just continuous color, right?
Exactly. You can plant them at the front of your borders, along your walkways, at the front of your home. And what I love, Alberti, most of all, is that these are the most winter hardy azaleas that we've ever come across.
Okay, they keep getting better and better.
That's
I
right.
told you these are the azaleas you didn't even know existed.
True.
I would have been happy at just the reblooming, but you keep coming in with more info.
Exactly.
Listen,
and that's
these launched today at noon. Over 2,000 orders already placed. I mean, I don't think we're going to have these in stock for very long. Lots of you are picking up more than one. Maybe you're flanking either side of your door.
Totally.
Maybe you're making a whole entire border. If you want the red that's on the screen,
I love it.
that's very popular right now. It's also our most limited.
It'll be the first to sell out.
Listen, $6 gets it home. Fewer than 3,000 remain. If you want, oh, by the way, this did just launch again, and if you want the pink or the purple, those are available as well. But now's your chance to design your garden, the garden of your dreams, right?
Totally.
Now,
With the azalea that everybody's going to be like, what is that plant? Because anybody who's a gardener is going to know that an azalea does not bloom after spring. So when yours is blooming in the fall, they're going to be like, you got to tell me what you're doing. And you know what? If we don't have it here, I mean, they're not going to be able to get it then.
Yeah.
Question for you.
Yeah.
We're talking a lot about planting rows of these, which I think is
Totally.
a great idea, some color in the shade. What about someone who says, I don't really have a yard, but I have a deck? Can these
love
go
it.
in containers?
They're beautiful. It's a wonderful perennial to put in a container. We have our whiskey barrels on QVC.com, or those party planters we're going to see later. Fantastic in containers, particularly because they are more winter hardy.
So the party planters would be big enough?
Oh yeah,
It would be?
Bring one over.
oh yeah.
Okay, because
So
they're
let's
coming
see.
up next.
Yeah, so we have our beautiful plant. You can fit one in there, gorgeous, and it's gonna fill this out, and it's just gonna create the cloud of color that we love from an azalea,
Now, question.
but not just in the spring.
Okay, I just want to really do a little bit of a deeper dive here. Will I be able to, okay, so let's say I live in Pennsylvania, we're like zone 7B or something. If I put this in a container, when it's not flowering, it's still going to be this beautiful green shrub, so pretty, right? Will I need to like move it indoors or anything
No,
in the
absolutely
winter?
not.
I can keep it right in the container growing in my party planter.
You absolutely can, and that's
that's
what's so
nice.
great about it. And what I love is you can plant these in the shade. So if maybe you have a north-facing patio or a north-facing garden that you really want to bring some color into, these azaleas are perfect because you're going to get those colors in the spring like we love, but then again in the summer and the fall.
Yeah.
But they also do well in the sun.
Okay.
So you're very
nice.
versatile.
You know, I always say the reason why azaleas are so nice is because they are a shrub.
Totally,
Right? So when
absolutely.
they're not flowering, you still get to enjoy the foliage.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that I ever need to do to like deadhead them or anything like
No,
that?
which is really great. All of those old flowers are just going to fall away and make room for new flowers, which is incredible because these plants are absolutely smothered in blooms. You couldn't even count all the flowers that you see just right in that little like
Well,
6
there's one
square
less.
inches.
I just pulled one off.
that's okay.
Do you know, normally I wouldn't put an azalea in a container only because you only get a couple weeks of flowers and then...
It wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to, I guess, have a green shrub in a container, but I probably wouldn't do it. This you can actually put in a container
Absolutely.
because you have a beautiful green shrub sometimes, but remember, after that first flush of flowers, these will pulse back several times, which is completely unheard of in the world of
Totally.
azalea. What do you have here?
So this is our acid boost fertilizer for acid-loving plants
I've used that.
like azaleas and blueberries, certain hydrangeas. It's a great addition. It'll give your azaleas what they need to really bloom their hearts out. But you can't go wrong with them. The Perfecto Mundo means perfect world, if you don't know.
Oh.
And so that's kind of like the azalea
Oh.
that you would find in
That
a
makes
perfect world.
sense. Wow.
I thought it was like Perfecto Mundo. I'm kidding.
Perfecto
Listen,
Mundo.
since noon, 3,000 orders placed. 2,000 in this presentation alone. If you want the red azaleas, that's the most popular. Now fewer than 2,800
for
remaining.
the year, because you can't get
Wow.
any more out after
No,
this, right?
we've been
Yeah.
growing them in these
And then
gorgeous
purple and pink are available.
We've been growing them in these half-gallon pots for the last year. So when we're sold out of them, that's all we
That's
got.
it.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
You guys do the coolest things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
and
love
such
them.
reasonable
By the way,
prices.
you know, Roberta's gives you a gotta go guarantee, and
We
this
do.
is a perennial.
It is, exactly. So we're going to assure your satisfaction for 1 year for these guys. But if for any reason your results don't match your expectations, just give us a call.
All right, so listen, continue placing your orders. Get that home for a $6 easy pay and 132141. Devin, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you in the show.
All right, we got the party planners from Roberta's coming up in a little bit. When I